today I want to talk about the struggles that we all endure as business owners, as employees in an office, as teammates in an office, and really just the struggles of life, because I think it's very applicable to all of us. And I want to use a metaphor of a butterfly. And there was this famous botanist, Alfred Wallace, in England, way back in the yonder days. I don't know when this was. I probably should remember this to add more credibility, but you're going to have to bear with me. You can Google search if you want to know if he's a famous botanist, though. And so this guy, he's watching this butterfly come out of this cocoon, and he's like, oh, it's so pretty, so cool. So what he decides to do is take a scalpel and slice the cocoon open lengthwise to help the butterfly out, right? It's like the civil thing to do, where we drink tea. I'll quit picking on the people from England. Anyway, so slices this thing open in order to make it easier for the little butterfly to get out. And the butterfly gets out and it kind of droops and it dies. And he's like, what in the world? So there was a lesson learned in this. And I'll play a video for you and kind of talk over the top of it right now about this very thing. And as you watch this, you see this butterfly, you see this cocoon just kind of bouncing around. And this is time-lapse photography, and we're speeding it up even more because my guess is this is hours and hours. But as you watch it, the thing's sitting in there struggling and struggling and struggling and moving and fighting, and really it's in the fight of its life. I mean, if it doesn't get out of this thing, it dies. So it's got massive struggle in its life, and yet because of it, through this whole process, what you end up finding out compared to the earlier example I gave is that it strengthens it. Through this process, it actually gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So when all of a sudden, voila, it pops out, it has the strength in order to fly and to live. Now, the reason why the other one died and drooped, if you will, was because in that process of that fight of beating its wings back and forth and its legs and all that stuff, it actually is strengthening the structural integrity of its wings, and of the structure of its wings. And so the metaphor for us in life and business is, without the struggle, we don't grow. Said another way, we all like to go to the gym, we all like to work out. And when I say we all, obviously I'm embellishing a bit because not all of us do. And the reason why we don't enjoy it is because when we first go to the gym and we start working out, it's a struggle. It's an emotional struggle. It's a physical struggle. You lift the weights, you're sore. You might not enjoy soreness. And what happens is you get discouraged because of the work, the effort, and the struggle. And because of that struggle, it ends up in some cases defeating us and we end up leaving. And in some cases, it becomes a life issue for us. And so we've got to contemplate and see the gift of the struggle. And I realize that as I say that, somebody's sitting there thinking, gift of a struggle? You must be absolutely out of your mind. And yeah, I am. But it might also be totally real. So many of us, when we're in struggle, we think that life is happening to us. And we go down this road of self-pity, if you will. And we think to ourselves, man, why is this happening to me? That person over there has got it easy. Look at them. They have all these things just falling in their lap. And of course, what we might not realize is all the struggle they had too. Because there's a lot of small victories before there's ever big public victories. And so often what we see as outsiders is just the big public victory, and we don't realize all the little itty-bitty victory struggles, all those things that add up. And as an outsider, we just judge it thinking, man, look, they don't have any struggle at all. It's often the exact opposite. And so the moral of the story, or the point, is that without struggle, there's no growth. So I would watch yourself over the next week or two and see how you show up. See how you present yourself in those challenging circumstances and see how well you do. And maybe there's a lesson to be learned. And instead of beating yourself up about it, maybe you should get curious about yourself. Get curious about, why did I do that? Why? How else could I have handled it? I'm curious to know how I could have done better. And, to quote Arsenio Hall, I think it is, for those of you who've been around long enough to know what Arsenio Hall was, things that make you say, That being said, we'll end our show today. I can't wait to see you next week, 8 o'clock Mountain, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Until then, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye for now.
What if you could have the practice of your dreams? What's holding you back? Imagine a life where you have everything you ever wanted.